Hello guys, Light here hitting you with another tutorial in the face so that you can learn how to edit. So this is going to be in between an edit that's coming out soon and the results for the editing competition for 200 subs. What I'm going to be teaching you guys today is how to add black bars to your edit, and also to add wiggle, which makes the video, the edit a lot more effective, in my personal opinion. So what we're going to do is start off, just make a normal comp, basically. Easy. Import a clip. I don't know what you can just import anything really. But obviously you'd be importing your proper clip. And I'm just gonna no, I'm not gonna use that. I'm just going to use this, okay? So as you can see, that it's just, your average clip in a composition. I'll make that half. Let it render. And it was a pretty cool clip. Okay, so now what you want to do is create another composition. I like to call this wiggle bar, simply because you'll be adding wiggle and bars. So what you want to do is in wiggle bar, go to your comp 1 or whatever you named it, and drag that in there. So now, there it is. Basically, I think what we could do is trim that down. Using the N button on your keyboard, B and N, trims compositions down to whatever you like it. Still doesn't really affect it here for some reason, but oh well. It doesn't really matter. The first thing you want to do now is go to Layer, New, Adjustment Layer. I do Adjustment Layer. Some people do Solids. It's up to you. Type in on the side, Grid. Actually, no. I learned a new way. Thanks to Yo Cripple. You go to Layer, New, Solid. You can make it black. In fact, I think it works better with black. And then go CC Jaws. Now you should have that with your After Effects. If not, you haven't installed it correctly. But I didn't install it correctly, and I had to go and download it somewhere else. Okay, so just do completion, maybe 12% while you're getting this right. Drag the height down to 0%, and the width can be whatever, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, then just make the completion. I like to have my black bars at about 95% completion, but people can have them, some people have them all the way down there, which is 78, doesn't really matter. So 95% looks good, I think. So as you can see now, it's it's got black bars, so it looks like it's widescreen. For the benefit of this tutorial, I'm just gonna add some color correction to it. Please be the right one. Okay. No, that's not actually. That doesn't work. For that clip, that's not gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna import anything. I don't know what this one is. No, that's rubbish. Or even worse. Why are they all bad? Okay, I'll just use this one, just just for the tutorial. I probably wouldn't use this. And as you can see, look, it's very dodgy. So we'll just let that or preview out. Some people like to call it render. I like to call it render, but some people say RAM preview. Doesn't really matter. Okay, that's all we need for the purpose of this tutorial. So we'll just let that, just see what it looks like. Okay, so I really don't like that flicker, so I'm gonna turn it off. In fact, I'm gonna turn off all the twitch, because probably don't need that. Okay, so that looks a lot clearer now. So when we go by, we still have the color correction there. And we have bars, which look nice. A nice little, what's the word I'm looking for? Nice little compliment to the video. That's it, compliment. Alright, so if you look at it now, it's got black bars. So yeah, that's pretty much the only difference at the moment. Now we add the wiggle, which it's in my other pretty much all my other videos, all my recent videos, and it just means that the screen kind of wobbles around. Okay, so what we're gonna do is type in effects and presets over here. You want to type in first of all slider control. Okay, so we just got slider control. Drag that onto comp 1, and that appears over there. And motion title. Style has a motion title. Drag that onto comp 1 as well. So motion title, you want to click mirror edges and drag the output width to about 300. It doesn't really matter if it's over, but 300 covers it very safely. You probably don't even need 300, but still, it just helps if it has it there. What this does is, because what we're going to be doing is moving it out of center, it's going to be black bits around the edges. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to turn motion title off so you know what it looks like, and then I'm going to turn it on so you guys can see what it does. So slider control. Now for the comp 1, you're going to want to press the U button on your keyboard if you clicked on it, but it's not working for me, so I'll just do it this way. You want to get so that you can see the transform, which is anchor point, position, scale, rotation, opacity, and effects. Expand on slider control so you can see the slider stopwatch. Now there's a number of things you could do here. I used to do this for position, but recently I've started doing it for rotation because I think it looks better. So you want to hold the Alt button on your keyboard and click on the stopwatch. Now you're going to get this little box here which you can type things in. You type in wiggle, and add a bracket or a parentheses. I think in Australia we call it a bracket, even though technically the squarish type ones are brackets, but it doesn't really matter. Parentheses. For this, just it looks a bit more chill, you type in 1, then press the comma button, and you get this little spiral thing, and you click it and drag it onto the word slider with the stopwatch, and then let it go, and then you get that, and then you do another parentheses, and then you click off. Okay, so at the moment that's done nothing. You can close out of that now, so you won't need that again. So at the moment it still looks the same. There's nothing's happened actually because that wiggle hasn't come into effect. Now with the slider control, this is where you edit it to give it a bit of rotation, maybe like that. And that is not. No, 130 is way too much. Maybe 5's probably as hard as you can go with rotation, but with position you can go as high. I used to go up to 31, I think. So as you can see, it wiggles around a lot, but there are the black edges at the side, which make it look a bit dodgy. So there are a few ways you could combat this. One, you could either scale the clip like that, the composition scale up, or you could just put the motion title thing back on. And as you can see, it's got rid of the black edges. Now if you don't have mirror edges selected, it doesn't look very good, as you can see. But with mirror edges, it hides it pretty well. And if we play that now, it does take a bit longer to render, and sometimes you get the occasional thing that doesn't quite look normal. So you can see that XP bar down the bottom sometimes doubles depending on how far it's wobbled out. But yeah, so it looks pretty nice, I think. And so you've got the black bars and all that. And if you don't have black bars on it, it does look a bit silly. Just gotta warn you. And also, if you don't create a new composition called wiggle bar, or you can call it whatever, but if you don't do these things in another composition, then the whole comp will screw up. Basically, it's gonna take a lot longer time. So I just advise you doing this. But we're not finished. We're gonna create another composition, and I usually just call it render this. And for this then, you just drag in wiggle bar into render this, and that way it's just a one comp that you just have to ram preview every time, and it's the finished product basically. And then when you want to render this out to put on YouTube, you just go composition to render queue with this, and it takes a lot quicker if you've only got the one layer to render than having to render out multiple layers like this, for example. But also, obviously, if you're gonna have lots of different clips, you wouldn't just have that one clip like that. So yeah, I just find it easier, and then you don't even need to touch this again. That's it. You can cross out of it, and create a new folder called junk, and drag everything you've already used in there, and it just cleans up everything. And so you've got two things in there, but you've done quite a lot of work, and the edit in the end looks way better. So I hope this has helped you a little bit. Doesn't even care. I don't even care if it hasn't helped you. I just need to get a tutorial out because I was getting a bit inactive, I've been told by somebody. So I thought I'd release a tutorial. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Leave a comment on what effect you guys think I should do a tutorial on next. And have a nice day.